Hi friends, Vika here. Today I'm going to be talking about the books I bought this month, and if you can't tell, I'm a little sick, so I apologize for my very nasally and congested voice ahead of time. So I'm just going to go in the order of where I bought the books, not necessarily when, but just where. So yeah, the first book that I bought at my local bookstore, and I got the second book of the series Unfortunate Events, The Reptile Room by Lemony Snicket. In my vlog, I mentioned I'm going to be reading one of these every single month until I get through the entire series. So this is just the second book. I read the first book earlier this month, and so this is just what I'm going to be reading in May. And the next two books I bought the same day as I bought this guy. I just bought it at Goodwill. I was in a book shopping mood, but I didn't feel like paying full price, so I just wanted to go to Goodwill and see what they had. I spent like $3 total on these, but the first book I got was the Fools Errand by Hobb. If you don't remember, last month I read Assassin's Apprentice by Hobb, and so this takes place 15 years after the events of that whole series, and so it's like the main character like teaching someone else, like he's now teaching his own apprentice, and I really enjoyed the first book, Assassin's Apprentice, of the other series. This is so like convoluted, I'm sorry, because it had like all of like the components that I usually love in series. I mean, it was like a different kind of world. It had mystical elements, like there was like a lot of political intrigue, and I had assassins. I love assassins. I don't know why, just any kind of like crime component is always super fun, like whether it be like con men, whether it be assassins and stuff like that. Just like morally gray characters are so much more interesting than like I'm so perfect kind of characters. You get what I'm saying? You probably do, but you probably don't agree. It's fine. And so I just got my hands on this. I'm gonna have to read the entire other series first before I can read this, but again, I got it for like $1 and it's like in perfect condition, so it's like I might as well buy it now if I'm gonna buy it later, and if I buy it later I'm probably gonna have to pay more. Get my reasoning? It makes sense to my head. And the next book I got The Mystery at Lilac Inn by Carolyn Keene. This is the fourth book in the Nancy Drew series, and much to like the joy of my 10-year-old self, I'm gonna try to read all the Nancy Drew novels, and so this is the first book. I don't know if you're supposed to read them in order or not, but like in my mind I kind of have to. I'm a very like linear kind of person. Like I have to go in order for my sake, but I'm one step closer to acquiring all of these books, and this is like in perfect condition. Like, look at that. It's so good. So I'm sorry for the glare. I'm just like flashing you guys. But yeah, so I got this, and yeah, I'll get to it eventually. I mean, I'm one step closer to reading it. And the next two books I bought at my local library. So at my library, they have like a whole section of books you can buy, so just books they're getting rid of and stuff, and every single book is 50 cents. So it's a great way to raise money for the library and to help them clean out their stock, and you know, they can buy stuff that people actually want. And so the first book I got for 50 cents was the 11th or 9th book of the Mysterious Benedict Society. This is not Mysterious Benedict Society, what am I saying? A series of unfortunate, the 11th or 9th book of the series of unfortunate events. This is the Grim Grotto, and so like I said, if I'm going to be reading all of these, if I can get my hands on one that is 50 cents, I'm gonna jump at that chance, you know, because I kind of like owning the books that I enjoy, and this is like a series that I would like from, like, you know, if I have kids in this sometime in the future, like I'll have books for them. And so the second book and last book that I bought for 50 cents, mind you, 50 cents at my library. I was shocked when I saw this. And this is The Nightingale by Kristin. It still has like the water jacket and everything from the library. But like, it's The Nightingale by Kristin for 50 cents. If like, for those of you who don't know, this is a very popular World War II story. It's fake, of course, but it follows two sisters during World War II and just how like the paths diverged and everything like that. This is supposed to be super heartbreaking and super tragic and everything like that, and has like one of the highest ratings on Goodreads I have ever seen. But the thing is, I'm probably not going to read it for a while, because while I enjoy historical fiction, like at the end of the day, they're all very similar, and there's only so many twists you can throw into a World War II story. And some of my favorite books, like All the Light We Cannot See and whatnot, are like my favorite books, you know, they're that. But like there's only so many ways you can vary it, and they're all always super tragic and super hard, and it's like I can only stomach maybe one of these like every few months. And so that's my thoughts on this. So I'll get to it eventually. I know it's very much critically acclaimed and everyone loves it, but the thing is, like, currently I bought The Book Thief, and I'm currently reading it by Markus Zusak. I should probably take off the thing, but I was looking through, so this I got from Amazon. This is the last book I bought this month. I had finished all of the books audiobooks I had checked out on my phone from my library, and so I was just looking for what was available, like, that I could download instantly from the library on Libby, and The Book Thief was one of them. I was like, I had never read it. I might as well now. I have the chance. And so I started listening to it, and I was like, this is okay. And then, like, I kept listening to it, and I was like, this is okay. And I kept listening to it, and I was like, this is okay. I hadn't finished it within the 2 weeks that I had to, and so I got like 60% of the way through, and so I was like, I'm just gonna buy my own copy, and I know I'm gonna love it. I bought the white version. Like, look how pretty that is. That is like so beautiful and aesthetically pleasing to look at compared to the other cover, which is like, I know it's a like very well acclaimed and loved book. The thing is, the original cover is low-key ugly. I don't know if you guys agree, but I said it. I don't like it, and so I wanted the prettier version. Yeah. Those are the books that I bought this month. It's quite a few. It's not too much, but as you guys can tell, I bought a lot of these on a good deal. So yeah, let me know what books you bought, what books you have read from the ones that I have gotten, and anything else you would like to share with me. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.